Today we're going to watch a video by Pastor Daniel. It's by far the dumbest video I've responded to in a long time. Although, to be fair, I think the dumbest video I've responded to was Anthony DeStefano when he and Michael Knowles said very similar things we're about to hear in a moment. So here we go.
Today I want to talk to you guys about the relationship between atheism and faith. And in a previous video I kind of talked about this a little bit, claiming that atheism actually requires faith. But in the comment section of that video I got hundreds and hundreds of negative comments claiming I was so ignorant of the subject. And by the way, I have multiple master's degrees in theology, which deals with the subject of theism and atheism, things like that. So I'm not ignorant, I'm very educated.
Well, that's really embarrassing. You claim you have multiple degrees and certifications, and you're very well educated, yet you're completely and utterly ignorant on a topic so simple even a child could understand. Listen, I'm a nice guy. I don't like to call people names or be mean. But come on, dude. How are you gonna tell me you have so much education, and yet still claim atheists have faith? Let me ask you, do you have faith that Santa Claus doesn't exist? Surely you can see how stupid it would sound to say, I have faith that Santa Claus doesn't exist. But according to your logic, people who don't believe in Santa Claus do indeed have faith. This is silly.
But anyways, they would claim that it's just so terrible for me to even suggest that atheism requires faith. So this kind of begs two different questions. First off, why do they claim that atheism doesn't require faith?
Because it doesn't.
And secondly, why did I claim that atheism does require faith?
Because you're a Christian. Religious people struggle with something I like to call logic. You know you have faith, and I think that deep down inside that annoys you. So you twist things to make it appear that everybody has faith.
So I don't really want to misrepresent them, so I'll kind of give you a little bit of a glimpse into what I was saying or how our conversations went. And basically, as I conversed with them in the comment section, I would say things like, atheism is the belief that God doesn't exist, right? Faith requires belief. So by claiming atheism is the belief, I was claiming atheism is the faith that God doesn't exist. But they say, no, that's not true. Atheism is not the belief, it's the absence of the belief. So it's not that they believe God doesn't exist, it's that they don't believe God exists. So they're basically taking the word believe out of the equation by saying they don't believe. They're saying they don't have faith that God exists. Things like that.
Exactly. But watch this, everyone. Even though Daniel got it exactly right, thanks to atheists correcting him, he's about to do a 180 and get it all wrong again.
So with that in mind, it makes a lot of sense until you realize that they're just rephrasing the statement to mean the exact same thing, and theists could do the same thing, right? Because a theist could say, it's not that I believe that God exists, it's that I don't believe that God doesn't exist, right? You can rephrase the statement and communicate the exact same thing, and that's exactly what they were doing.
That's just stupid. You're really stretching it in a desperate attempt to make a senseless point. Atheism doesn't require faith. I swear to the flying spaghetti monster, Christians who spout this nonsense get under my skin. Listen, Christians, I know a lot of you are smart, intelligent, and are good-hearted people. But if you say stuff like, atheists have faith, like this guy, then I really don't know what to tell you. A Christian has faith in God. An atheist has no faith in God because guess what? The atheist doesn't fucking believe in God. I mean, seriously, how is this so fucking hard to understand? Let me break it down for you, Daniel, in a way so simple, even a caveman could understand.
Me, atheist. Me, no belief in God. You, Christian, belief in God. Me don't, you do. You faith, me no faith.
So why do I believe that atheists do have faith? Well, what is required for faith? There's possibilities. You have to have possibilities. If there's no other possibility, then it doesn't take faith to believe something. But if there is multiple possibilities, then it does require faith. So the reason why theism requires faith is because theists say God exists, right? That's a possibility. But there's also a possibility that God doesn't exist. Of course, a theist doesn't believe that God doesn't exist, but they do believe that God does exist, but they understand that there's still the possibility that maybe God doesn't exist. So when a theist says God does exist, they hold to that by faith simply because there's a possibility that he doesn't exist. But it goes both ways, ladies and gents. For atheists to claim that there is no God, which again, if you say you believe there is no God or you don't believe that there is a God, you're still holding to the possibility that there is no God, but you hold to that possibility by faith simply because there is another possibility. So if there was no other possibility, that wouldn't require faith.
So Pastor Daniel is basically saying that if there's a possibility for both position A and position B, then it takes faith to hold either position. Let's think about that. Danny boy, I would like to propose the following. The moon is made out of cheese. Remember, if you don't believe the moon is made out of cheese, you have faith. You see, here's the thing, Danny boy. We don't know everything, nor do we possess all knowledge. Therefore, anything is technically possible. This is why scientists, philosophers, and skeptics work in the realm of probability, not possibility. It's possible that I'm on an alien spacecraft, and everything I know and experience is nothing more than hallucinations stimulated by psychedelics aliens have injected me with. But is that likely? No, I don't think that's likely. However, it could technically be true. Does it take faith for me to reject this idea of hallucinating on an alien spaceship? No, it doesn't. Now let me ask you, what's more likely? That the Big Bang happened for reasons we're not sure of? Or that an all-knowing, all-powerful, all-perfect, all-living God who spoke through people in the Bronze Age started the Big Bang and he's real? Which one of these answers takes faith? Even if I grant you that both answers require faith, which one takes more faith? Don't hurt yourself trying to think too hard. It would appear that thinking isn't really your strong suit. Anyway, I usually watch videos I respond to till the very end, but not today. Danny boy, if you see this, I recommend you get a refund on your multiple degrees because they clearly didn't do you any favors. And I'm sorry I've been mean, but Jesus, if you were just a run-of-the-mill Christian with no education and no experience in apologetics, I wouldn't be so hard on you. But the fact that you're educated, yet you still don't understand the basics, is just pitiful. You're probably a nice guy in all honesty. You're probably easy to get along with, and really, I could see us getting along just fine. But, for the love of the slavery-condoning God, stop embarrassing yourself. Okay, I'm done here. Until next time. Take care.